You ever sit in a room full of people and still feel completely alone? That's when it hits you. You're not just tired from life, you're tired in your soul. You've been carrying pain no one saw, fighting battles no one asked about. You gave too much, loved too loud, showed up for people who wouldn't give you a drop of water if you were drowning. And now, you sit there, quiet, cold, distant. Not because you're heartless, but because the version of you that cared too much is dead. You spent years trying to be understood, trying to light the way for others while they pulled you deeper into their darkness. You were the warmth in freezing rooms, the lifeline in someone else's chaos, but they never showed up for you. They took your light, left you in the cold. And now it's time to stop. Time to cut the rope and walk away before this world buries you in guilt for loving it too much. People love to say peace is weakness, that silence means you've lost. They're wrong. Peace is power, and silence, it's a warning. The strongest ones aren't the loudest, they're the ones who learn to bleed without making a sound. You used to over-explain, over-give, over-care, hoping someone, anyone, would notice. But they didn't. They mistook your grace for permission, your forgiveness as approval. So you went numb, not from hatred but from clarity. You finally saw them for what they were, takers, and you were their supply until you weren't. There's a line, a moment where you whisper to yourself, "I'm done," and everything changes, quietly, permanently. That's when the old version of you, the one who cared too much, dies. What rises is sharper, calmer, not angry, just cold. A silent observer, no longer reacting, no longer explaining, no longer available. They fear that version of you, the one they can't read, can't manipulate, because silence is unpredictable, and unpredictable means power. You stop inviting clowns to your table just because they once made you laugh. You stop opening doors just because someone knocks, because the truth is, they're not coming back to make peace. They're coming back to see if you're still bleeding. They'll say, "You've changed," like it's a flaw. No, you evolved, you adapted. Because kindness without boundaries isn't noble, it's a slow death. You finally saw that saving others while drowning yourself isn't love, it's self-destruction. So now you protect your peace like it's the only thing you've got left, because it is. And when they come back, when they knock on your door with fake apologies and recycled affection, you won't answer. You stopped being their emotional lifeline. You stopped showing up when they went silent. You stopped caring like it was your full-time job. Because that overgiving version of you, the one who kept showing up, kept understanding, kept sacrificing, that version is dead. They'll never tell the part where they ignored your pain, where they disrespected your loyalty, where they broke you and expected you to apologize for bleeding. No, they'll paint you as the villain. They always do. Because villains are easier to hate than mirrors. But you're not here to be understood anymore. You're not here to make people comfortable while you break inside. You're here to build, to protect, to rise. Your silence isn't a breakdown. It's your rebirth. While they laughed, you learned. While they celebrated your silence as defeat, you turned it into armor. You rebuilt brick by brick, stronger, smarter, colder. Now they feel the shift. Not in what you say, but in what you no longer give. The attention's gone. The forgiveness is gone. The you they used, gone. Let them say you're heartless. Let them call you selfish. Let them whisper, you switched up. Good. Because you finally chose yourself. You finally realized your worth isn't measured by how much you can bleed for others. You don't hate them. You're just done handing out your soul like it's cheap. The version of you who cried in silence, hoping someone would notice, who stayed loyal to people who mocked your loyalty, who forgave the same wounds over and over. That version is dead. And what's left? What's left is a ghost they can't manipulate, a storm they can't predict, a silence they'll never understand. You didn't lose them. You lost the illusion that they ever deserved you. And now you're free.